Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Inside Schubert. Today I have another quick tech tip for you on how to properly install your Pinlock lens anti-fog shield system. This anti-fog shield system comes standard with all Schubert helmets and is right inside the box. So begin by locating your Pinlock lens package and removing the Pinlock lens itself. Take a quick look at this and note two things. The first is that there's a yellow film on the outer surface, which is simply a protective film and will need to be removed before you go on your first ride with the Pinlock lens installed. The other thing is on the opposite side is a silicone bead which runs the perimeter of the Pinlock lens. It's very important to note the position of the silicone bead because the silicone bead needs to make contact with the inner surface of your outer face shield in order to be properly installed. So let's take a look at how to install this properly. You'll begin by removing your outer face shield. And if you're unaware of how to do that, please view our other YouTube tutorials for model-specific instructions on the proper removal of your face shield. So we'll begin with my face shield, which I already have removed, and you want to start by placing one side under your armpit. With the shield securely in place, use your arm to slowly bend the face shield outward, just like so. This will give you a more flat surface and make the installation of the Pinlock lens much easier. So next, grab your Pinlock lens and be sure to note the grooves on either side of the Pinlock lens here. You'll want to begin with the groove closest to your body, and again remembering that the silicone seal needs to press up against the inside of the shield here. So insert the first groove into the pin closest to your body, then give the Pinlock lens a slight bend and insert the other pin. With both pins holding the lens in place, push the lens into the shield and then relieve the tension on the shield. You've now properly installed the Pinlock lens and it's securely in place. Before you go out on a ride, again, remember to remove that yellow protective film and also check that you have an even seal all the way around that silicone bead. Now, I must mention before we go that not everyone will have as easy of a time installing this as I have. It's important to note that the Pinlock pins are molded in an eccentric fashion, which basically means they're off-center. If you take a close look at the Pinlock pins, you'll notice a small arrow molded into the front of the pin. This arrow indicates the widest area of the pin, which will also indicate the most amount of tension being placed on your Pinlock lens. If you find you have too much tension, remove the pins and point them in the opposite direction to relieve some of that tension. So with the Pinlock pins properly adjusted and providing the proper amount of tension to your Pinlock lens, you've now successfully installed your Pinlock lens anti-fog shield system. As I mentioned earlier, don't forget to remove the yellow protective film before you go out on your next ride. We hope this tutorial was useful to you. As always, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest information from Schubert. Thanks again for joining us and enjoy the ride.